Chovy. A lot more Azir pickup coming through, a little bit of Corki in there as well. Certainly scaling seemed to be the priority in the LCK, where a lot of the teams internationally like to play that fast early mid-game strategy that we're currently seeing in G2's lineup.
And what I'm really excited about is I felt like what we're seeing right now is...
There were not massive surprises thrown in the draft. G2 are going to prove what level of play Europe, and more specifically this squad, has on the international stage, because we've already alluded to it. This is where G2 can make or break a name for themselves.
So what I'm going to be looking at in the very early game is what direction the junglers take. Because we talked about how Elise is someone who wants to try and get her lane.
Already putting some pressure to the top half of the map. 3 members of G2 Esports starting to surround Clid and Khan. Khan is going to be under some threat. Here comes Clid. Manages to get the Tempest and the Cripple. He's going to ward hop away to safety. The Rune Prison comes down, but there's no further follow-up, no summoner spells used either, and crucially, Khan does not get tower dome.
But this should go to show how aware and how intelligent Clid is as a jungler. You recognize, bit of a bat in the bot lane.
There is indeed supports going on to respective AD carries. Perks drop to 200 hit points. Continues to get pushed back as Mata and Teddy step forward. As it stands, Teddy and Mata went up.
Kind of vision control and keep the Azir safe. You put yourself on that clock.
And very crucial, we saw Mickey on screen. The slide and glide, not going to be able to land the Emperor's Divide Faker. Almost catching Caps, but
In the wings, not showing himself on any vision, although now will be spotted out. You can see SKT very aware of what the current setup looks like.
All right, good damage from Jankos onto Clid. Has flash available, but not going to chase further. Clid pushed out of his jungle as G2 crucially are investing all of their resources in the top half of the map.
Notice that Caps is sitting in base right now, has the teleport up. He's looking for an opportunity to join his team and maybe go for a fight, as we see a bit more trading in bot, but after realizing nothing's happening...
Ooh, nothing at all as Mickey re-engages. Mata forced to flash. 6.5 minutes in, and it has been non-stop trading, blow for blow in multiple lanes. Teddy has already recalled and teleported back to lane. He's sitting on that Sheen. Caulfield's Warhammer for Perks as he gets caught out. Take a look at the minimap. Faker's coming from mid lane. Perks gets first blood onto Mata.
Huge pickup there for
Of G2, you can see first blue buff handoff happening. As an Azir player, you want that immediately, so they use that time.
Solo kill. Can Wonder find the shot? Take a look in it. Not going to be able to. Was on cooldown.
Very close there from Wonder. Picking up that Dirk on his first back, gave him a lot of armor, and you can see that advantage is building even further and further towards the top side of the map. He's going to be able to pick up some plates. He's not going to greed. Now there is a flash this top lane Khan, and
the Clid is nearby.
Now we need to take a quick look at the minimap, because you'll notice that a lot of people right now are moving towards this top side of the map. The Azir, the Nautilus, I'm expecting a fight to kick off. If not, it just looks like more tower plates are going to be on the side of G2.
As the tension continues to build, Mickey was potentially able to disrupt or annoy Faker. That's a couple more plates continuing to drop. Caps and Wonder, they're going to be content for now. Mata's recalled and joined the rest of his squad in the top lane, and G2 Esports will be content for now backward, but look at the mid lane. More plates falling.
And that's what I was going to say, because they shuffled the...
Testing his objective.
And this is a great example of what Deficio was saying on the analyst desk, where he wants to move away from this idea that G2 is just a win lane, win game team. They're very smart, they're very proactive around where they move around the map, where they play to their strong side. And when you looked at the minimap, it looked like they were investing 5 people towards the top side. All they were doing was creating pressure. They knew where they could move. They knew where SKT could not punish, and they're making a trade right now. They get themselves the Rift Herald, they're looking to secure top tower, and in exchange, they'll lose an Ocean Break.
Yeah, they certainly will, but it's not the biggest price to pay, especially in the style of game they now would like to be behind for now. In saying that, good news is that they've been able to staunch the bleeding that was starting to occur on the bottom side.
Get back into the game.
And Faker's world's just getting smaller and smaller right now. You can see being converged in from all sides. Rift Herald is dropped.
And let's see what can happen. All 5 members of both teams actually making their way to the mid lane. The Rift Herald's going to get that fully charged up and gets the boop down. True Shot Barrage flies across G2 Esports HP bars, and while the tower doesn't...
You can see that that is continuing. Now all 5 members, bottom side of the map, looking to pressure that last remaining outer turret.
SK Telecom, they don't have the numbers, they don't have the resources, and actually, they don't have a lot of waves set up. Teleports available for Wonder and Caps. So if Faker and Khan continue pressuring the mid and top, there is answers available. Wonder's accelerated shot blast will not find Teddy. The tower pressure's not done yet. That's a 4-man stack on the bottom lane. Mickey's looking for a way to get in with the quickness. 2 towers have fallen in favor of G2 Esports at what looks to be the cost of the top tower. Khan has been left alone for a while.
This is just beautiful map play right now from G2. One of the big... Oh, we see a bit of a play.
And this is what you talked about, Verdi, as Khan steals the ultimate. The Realm Warp gets him out to safety.
Onto your Silas as it is already so far ahead. G2 have turned the lights down on Summoner's Rift right now, and SKT can't see anything.
It is a
SKT's methodical way of regaining control. You saw 3 members grouping up, sweeping out one avenue of vision, looking for the response that's going to come out of G2. They successfully achieved it top side of the map, but now the vision switch has caught them off guard. This might be an Infernal they have to see.
Yeah, simply not enough members, not enough vision to move into that darkness. Vedius just highlighted it earlier. And look, SK Telecom instead saying, let's try to keep the Baron vision up. An Infernal versus a Baron, if you have to pick to concede one objective, that is the one that you pick. Every time Clid moved, clearing out those wards, with G2 Esports, they're now barreling down the middle lane.
Yeah, and that was the thing. They had already dropped all their vision top side of the map. They were worried about the Baron, so much so that they've been forced off this mid lane turret.
All right, the tower will fall shortly. Khan's got his hands on a quickness. So if SKT can find an opportunity, that's another huge tool to use in this team fight. Perks takes a big chunk of damage, sticks around. There goes the bomb. Manages to get dodged by the Feather Storm. SKT looking for the re-engage. Abscond of Duck, used their onto Wonder. Defensive move away from Caps. The Hourglass goes down. Perks takes out Clid. That's the first for G2. The Cocoon on the back end. That secures the kill to Teddy. Now Faker needs to do it all. He's forced to run away. Uses that cleanse. Still holds onto the flash. It's 2 quick kills for Europe.
G2 find really big kills there, and it looked like that was the moment SKT were waiting for, the small misstep, the small misplay from the side of G2, but they were able to outmaneuver, they were able to outperform, and a lot of it comes off the back of that huge gold lead that they're currently sitting on. They're now making their way towards the Baron, and they're starting it off.
All right, Khan is in range, got flash available to him. Vision denial inside the pit, though. This will benefit G2. Taking a look at the minimap, Mata's making his way up. Baron's going very low. This should be G2's, and it's secured by Perks. Baron and an even larger gold lead at 24 minutes on the clock, 7,000 gold, and G2 look fantastic.
And we said they had to fight eventually. Well, they looked for it onto one of the safest members in Perks, gets the ultimate out, only has to use his in response, and now the fight turns back towards G2.
And the biggest thing here was this stopwatch from Caps, because 3 members had committed onto him, thinking that they could just secure that kill, but then he buys so much time for the rest of the G2 members to then collapse onto Clid. With him out of the way, you then had this 2-pronged attack in this funnel point with which SKT could have fallen apart. So they were forced to retreat, meaning they couldn't continue the fight.
And with Clid dead, that meant no smite available. The cautious play of the LCK team meant that they weren't willing to approach the objective. Couldn't get there in numbers in time. Baron falls down.
Unbelievable start to the MSI group stage here, as Europe's G2 Esports with Mickey at the helm have played the map flawlessly. You can see that live goal difference. It has been one-sided the entirety of the match.
And whilst Korea wasn't able to regain any claw topside.
All right, Caps is in a little bit of trouble here. No flash available. That is an easy kill picked up by SKT. And listen to Hanoi. That's a lot of SKT fans in the audience. While that's going on, though, G2 are now looking for the engage. The quickness goes forward. Clid forced to move defensively. The Hourglass used by Khan. He buys some time. Steals the Feather Storm. Buys a few extra seconds, but it's simply not enough. Here comes Faker with the Emperor's Divide. Going golden is G2 Esports. A second kill from the fight. Now the Roars in return as G2 can turn the pressure back around.
Just as I was about to criticize G2 for their first big mistake of the game, they immediately turned it around. As SKT, they thought they were confident enough to go for this red buff, but you gotta respect Perks. Level 16 on the Xayah. No one can approach him. He melts through the SKT lineup, and now they break the base.
The base is open wide. The inhibitor will fall shortly. 15 seconds for Khan.
Are they going for it?
For Faker. G2 Esports are teleporting into the base. They're looking for the Nexus turrets with the Baron empowered minions. Nexus turret number 1 falls. Nexus turret number 2 is being focused. That's Mata down. Teddy flashes away. That's not over yet. The Nexus turret falls. Ladies and gentlemen watching MSI, do EU believe? G2 obliterate SKT.
That was one of the cleanest G2 games that European fans will have seen. A one-sided dominant performance Perfect execution. Only 1 or 2 mistakes the whole game, and